Hey guys, Ray from BougeRV and Boat. So I'm back today with another video on this BougeRV diesel heater. In the last video we unboxed it, went through all its features, did some testing of it, etc. In this video I thought I'd pop the cover off. I'll take a look inside, see how it's built, etc. And I'll put it back together and we'll do a test under my RV skirting. So I have my winter skirting on the RV, and my plan is to use a diesel heater like this and pipe it into the skirting, so when we get a real cold snap I can heat all the underneath of the skirting, keep all my plumbing from freezing up, etc. So my plan is to maybe cut a small hole in my skirting there, and I decided to place it right near where the propane furnace exhaust comes out. I figured, well, if the manufacturer decided that was a good point for the exhaust, to be a good point for the little diesel heater exhaust. The diesel heater is going to sit outside. I'm not going to put it inside. I'll just feed its heating duct into the skirt there, and I'll just place it out here for test purposes. Plan to build some sort of little shelter for it because it doesn't seem that weather resistant to me. I'm sure it could handle a little bit of rain and stuff, but we get a lot of rain here, so I don't want to have it exposed. But that'll be a future video when I build a little enclosure for it. Anyway, let's get it apart and see how the thing functions inside. Okay, well, they definitely didn't cheap out on the screws. Pretty heavy screws, and lots of them to hold that cover on. It's like stainless steel. Anyway, let's get a look inside. See where the exhaust tube comes out there. Goes down 90 degree and then out the side. It's kind of nice that it comes out this side like that. It makes placing the heater in different places a little easier, because I know some people will mount these against a wall and then shoot it straight out. People that put it in a garage or something like that, maybe. There's another tube here, looks like the fresh air intake. Looks like there's some kind of little filter device here. And then you can see where the fuel comes in there. Fuel line over there and around on the other side. Let's flip it around. And we got a big fuel tank here. Oh yeah. There it looks like right there is your fuel pump. Draws out of the tank through a little filter and then through the pump. On this side there's kind of a gauge, but with diesel's pretty clear. It's kind of hard to see, but you can kind of make out where it's kind of yellowy there. I found in bright light it was kind of hard to see. It's easy enough though to take this off and look inside. And then there's the control panel, feeds through. And we got all the wiring at the front here. Oh yeah, so it doesn't look too hard to service if need be. Metal frame up there. Yep, some point I'll take that apart, but I don't want to do it now in case I were to damage it and then not be able to test it. So let's sew it up and we'll make a hole for it in the skirting. I'll be able to run this on the inside of the skirting out, and then the skirting will be around this plastic piece here. So then it won't, it'll kind of like insulate it from the heat of the pipe too. Okay, so here's my setup. Just cut a hole in my skirting there. I can always put a little square with Velcro to seal that up when I'm not using the heater. Run the heater in, got the exhaust set up out here. I've also got a temperature thermometer in there. Right now it's 7.2 Celsius in there. So we'll be able to see how much difference it makes. Get the app here. Turn it on with the app. There we go. Should begin its boot up sequence now. They have quite a long tube for the exhaust, but that's probably for mounting it somewhere else. I think what I can probably do is cut that pipe down a bit and bring that muffler very close to it so I don't have it sticking out like this. Sounds like it's starting to go. I can hear the fuel pump in there. So supposedly this is a pretty quiet fuel pump. Some people complain of these diesel heaters having a loud ticking. This one seems pretty muted, I guess, because it's in a case like that. Maybe the quality of the pump is better than others. Okay, so she's ignited. Takes about, I don't know, it took about maybe 2 minutes or so, 2-3 minutes from boot up to when it's showing me on the app that it's fully ignited and working. 99% combustion efficiency, 12.8 volts. I just have it set to the lowest setting at 1.4 kilowatts. It can go up to 5. I thought I'd just do a test on the low fan speed here. It draws the least energy as well. Just enough to run the fans in there once it's booted up. Anyway, we'll let it go for a while and see how it warms the inside there. Right now it's showing 7.5 Celsius in there, so we'll come back in about a half an hour and take a look. Okay, I just crawled under the skirting here. I'm going to use my thermal gun to try to get a temperature there. Looks like the air coming in there around a max 125 Fahrenheit. See it on there. Already starting to feel a little warmer in here. So running on the low setting, it's not overly loud. I don't think it would annoy anybody in the campground, especially in the winter, because the actual water heaters and the furnace are probably even louder than this. I often hear people's furnaces and water heaters running, and it's a pretty low tone. You can sort of hear the ticking, but it's not too bad. We'll try it later. I'll crank it up to max 5 kilowatts and we'll see how loud it is at that point. But in this usage situation, it's really to keep the temperature above freezing in there so that our plumbing stays nice and warm and won't freeze the pipes, and help kind of heat the bottom of the rig floors and stuff like that. Nice day today. Getting near the end of November right now. Had a few good storms go through here, but we've yet to have frozen overnight. We had a little bit of frost this morning, just a light touch, but it's coming. I think tomorrow we're supposed to cool down, so that's why I'm kind of getting this out and setting it up and giving it a test, see how it's going to perform. Well, we've been running it a half hour now, and it's showing it's 14.1 degrees under there, and our outside temperature is 10 degrees, so it's 4 degrees warmer inside than outside. And it started off a lot cooler because it was a cold night last night. It got down to around, I think, 3 degrees out, so it seems to definitely be working. Okay, well, we've been running about an hour and a half now, and we're looking at 17.8 inside the skirting, and we're at 10.2 outside the skirting. Okay, so she's been running about 2 hours now. We're still at 17.5 degrees under the skirting. I'm just going to crank up the heating a bit, take her right up to 5, and then we'll see what the difference in the sound is on it. It's going full blast. There we go, it's starting to wind up now. Still not too bad. Definitely louder. That's probably pushing a lot more air under there. Let's go to kind of a mid 3. See what it sounds like. Yeah, not too bad. So, looks like it's going to work out pretty good. Just made my little cover here, the Velcro, so when I'm not using the heater, there won't be a hole in the side of the skirting. The company that I get the skirting from, called Easy Snap, sells this super sticky Velcro. Works really good. Anyway, I'll be using it this winter, so I'll come back maybe with a longer term review of this. We'll maybe figure out how much fuel it uses, during what temperature, that sort of thing. Maybe in a couple months I'll come back and let you know how it's worked out for me. Till next time, Ray from BougeRV and Boat. Cheers, everyone.